Let's not do that. Hey everybody, so we're going to do some basics with maybe a little more stretching today. And I'm going to go ahead and put it on one of my playlists from Spotify. So I'll try and put out there what my username is because I'm not sure. And it's kind of long because, you know, and so I'm going to go ahead and press start on that. If you want to follow along with the same playlist, awesome. And of course, we will get started in child's pose. So that's with the knees together, the big toes together, the knees out wide. I promise I had my coffee today. And I'm looking for a timer. Taking the belly down between the thighs, letting the forehead rest on the mat. Letting the breath even out. Matching inhales to exhales. Finding an intention to set for our class. Taking a big breath in, big breath out, and breathing in 3, 2, 1, hold, and out, 3, 2, 1, hold, and in, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, and out, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, and in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, and out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, and in, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, and out, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, big breath in through the, open the mouth, let it go. Returning to that even breath, matching inhales to exhales. Coming up on those fingertips, and then just dipping into each shoulder here, finding a stretch. And slowly coming up into a box or tabletop position. Shoulders up, and then slightly pick those knees up. So push into the toes, pick the knees up, take them back just a little bit. Adjust your toes. This way your hips are just knees. Inhale, drop the belly, look up at the ceiling, pulling that heart forward. Exhale, push the floor away. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, push the floor away. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale. Coming back to that neutral tabletop position. Inhale here. Exhale and twist, looking over that right shoulder, finding a C-curve. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. To center, keeping your hips really high. Walk those hands out in front of you and slowly let the forehead come towards the ground, finding a puppy pose here. Coming back up to that tabletop position, the left hand plants down, the right hand goes up towards the ceiling, and then thread the needle, taking the right hand down between the knee and the wrist, coming onto that right shoulder and right ear, pulling the right hip towards the right side, plant the palm. Right hand goes up onto the ground. Left hand goes up this time. And thread the needle coming down on that left shoulder. Left hip pulls towards left side. Right hand plants down, left hand goes up. And take one foot back and then the other, finding your plank. Pulling hands towards feet and feet towards hands. Take the booty level between the heels and the shoulders. Hips go up and back. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Walk your feet to the front of your mat, forward fold. Fingertips claw the heart forward, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms overhead. Look up, reach up, stretch up. And dive down, forward fold. Inhale, half back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms overhead. Look up, reach up, stretch up. Grabbing opposite elbows, bump the hips to the right. Pull the arms to the left. Look up underneath that right elbow. Inhale back to center, bump right. Inhale back to center, release the hands down. Those fists or fingers up. Take a big bend, and then the chest goes up and back, pushing down with the hands on those glutes, pulling those elbows towards each other. Inhale up, exhale, forward fold. Fingertips claw the heart forward, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms overhead. Look up, reach up, stretch up. Hands come down by your side, Tadasana. Palms forward, hands by your hips. So I try to adjust my mic here. Okay. Inhale the arms overhead. Look up, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Fingertips pull the heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the palm, step it back, down dog. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Drop the pelvis, uncurl the toes. Fingertips claw the heart forward. Cobra, push those feet of the foot into the mat. Exhale down, plant the palms, curl the toes, knees up, belly first. Push it through to high plank, hips go up and back, down dog. Big breath in, big breath out. Walk your feet to meet your hands at the front of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, half back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your look up, reach up. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale the arms overhead. Look up, reach up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, half back. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the palms, step it back, down dog. Inhale, forward plank. Lower halfway, chaturanga. Drop the pelvis, uncurl the toes. Fingertips claw the heart forward, cobra. Exhale down, plant the palms, curl the toes, knees at belly first, high plank. Hips go up and back, down dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Walk hands, forward fold, the front of your mat. Fingertips claw your heart forward, half back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms overhead. Look up, reach up. Exhale, Tadasana. One more. Inhale the arms overhead. Look up, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Forward fold. Inhale, half back. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Plant the palms, step it back, down dog. Inhale, forward plank, lower halfway, chaturanga. Drop the pelvis, uncurl the toes, fingertips, claw the heart forward, cobra. Exhale down, plant the palms, curl the toes, knees up, push it through to high plank. Hips go up and back, down dog. Big breath out. Walk your feet to meet your hands, front of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms overhead. Look up, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, mountain pose. Good job. Inhale the arms overhead, look up, reach up, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, half back. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the palms and down dog. Walk that dog here. Raises for three-legged dog. Point those toes towards the ground, so that internal rotation, so look back at that foot. You should be able to see it kind of go out towards the side, and then you internal rotate the thigh. You see the toes pointing towards the ground. And then we inhale, bring the knee to your nose, and set it all the way through. Foot between your hands at the front of your mat. setting up your low lunge, coming up high on those back toes, straightening that back leg. Fingertips pull the heart forward, finding that cobra here so those shoulders are back, shoulder blades are down. Wiggle the left toes, the back toes back even more. Come down onto the front of that knee, not on the kneecap, and then let the hips sink forward, feeling all four corners of that right foot. Shoulder blades back here, finding that cobra, that good posture. Then hips go up and back, half Hanumasana, half splits. So pulling the right toes back towards your nose, fingertips pulling the heart forward. Your butt should be way off of that heel. You don't want to sit back on it. Push that heel down, and the toes. Again, an internal rotation of the thigh will bring those toes towards the ceiling. You should feel a stretch along the back of that right leg. Slowly walking forward, bending into that front knee. Left hand plants down, right hand goes up, the hips sink forward. Keeping the weight in those feet and hand, obviously, but more in the knee. Okay. Right hand reaches back for left foot. Looking back over that right shoulder. Gently release. Don't slingshot. Curl those back toes under. Walk your hands around, finding that low lizard corner of your mat. Letting the hips keep sinking forward. Slowly coming up. Framing, picking up the back knee. Planting the palms. Right foot goes back, three-legged dog. Again, check in with that back foot. Use that internal rotation. Hopefully get to where you don't have to see it to do it. And then right foot meets left. And left leg raises. Again, internal rotation, point the toes towards the ground. That helps level off the hips as well. Pull the knee into your nose. And then the foot comes all the way through between those hands. Fingertips pull the heart forward, shoulder. Setting up that low lunge, straighten that back leg. Belly off the thigh. Wiggle the right toes back even more. Come down onto the front of that knee. Let the hips sink forward. Again, shoulders back. Find that posture. Hips go up and back, half Hanumasana, half splits. Pulling the toes back towards your nose. Butt off the heel. Fingertips claw the heart forward. And get some blocks or something to go underneath your hands here. Slowly walk forward, bending into that left knee. Right hand goes down, left hand goes up. Let the hips sink forward. Finding a twist here. Reach back for that right foot. Hips sink forward even more. Slowly release, walking the hands around, framing that front right corner of your mat. Low lizard. Still pulling that left hip back, right hip forward. Back to frame that front foot, picking up the back knee, planting those palms down. Front foot goes back, three-legged dog. Again, check in, internal rotation so the toes point down. And then left foot meets right. Full dog. Inhale, forward plank. Lower halfway, chaturanga. Drop the pelvis, uncurl the toes. Fingertips claw the heart forward. Cobra. Exhale down, take a cheek to the mat. And let your arms be relaxed beside you. Wiggle that booty. Comes to center. Hands come behind the head. Push the elbows into the mat, hollowing out those armpits, and then tops, shoelace sides of your feet into the mat. Inhale the chest and arms up off, taking the elbows behind you, being able to breathe here, or in my case, talk. If you can't, you have to come down a little bit. Strengthening those back muscles here. Exhale down, taking opposite cheek to the mat. Inhale back to center. Taking the left arm out directly from your body, so it's perpendicular. The shoulder armpit here makes a 90-degree angle. The right hand plants by your chest. Push it up to plank. The right knee bends to a 90-degree, and then slowly pull that knee up off the ground. Push into that right hand. Take the right foot over. Maybe it touches the ground, and that to the mat. Finding a shoulder and pec stretch here. Back to center. That comes to a 45-degree bend. The right knee once more bends, picking that knee up. And you're not going to go as far this time, more than likely, but take that foot up and over. Again, taking the left ear to the mat. And back to center. This time the elbow makes a 90-degree bend. The knee bends, thigh comes up, and then up and over. Back to center. This time the left arm goes out, making that 90-degree bend with your body, making it perpendicular. The left hand plants by the chest. The left knee bends, using that hamstring to pull that knee up, trying to keep both hip bones on the ground at the moment. Looking forward. Take the foot up and back, stacking left hip on top of right if you can. Back to center. That elbow makes that 45-degree bend. The left knee bends. Pull that knee up off the ground. You can have your chin on the mat here, microphone in front of it. Then take the left foot up and over as far as you can. Take that right ear to the mat. Slowly try and relax that shoulder so you're getting the stretch. And then back to center and make that 90-degree bend. Knee bends, pull it up off the mat. And push into that left palm. Take the left foot up and over. Back to center. Plant the palms, curl the toes, knees up, belly first. High plank, hips go up and back, down dog. Right leg raises, pulling it through for low lunge on the right. Set up that low lunge. Fingertips pull the heart forward. The back heel rotates to the mat, arms windmill up, warrior two. Working that thigh bone parallel to the ground, or 90-degree bend in that front knee. Push through the outside edge of that back foot. Shoulder blades back, or shoulders back, blades down. Gaze over those front fingers. Using that Ujjayi breath. Flip the front back to reverse your warrior. And then exhale through your warrior two, extended side angle, right elbow to thigh, left arm comes in front. Palm flips up, pull the shoulder back, and then continue till the arm is up by the ear. Take the weight out of that elbow. That'll also help you suck in these bottom two ribs on the left side. And breathe hard. It does that too. Top arm pulls you up, warrior two. Moving into triangle pose, straightening that front leg and hinging at the hip as far as you can, taking those fingers as far out and then letting them come out to a blocker to the mat. By your shin, left hand goes up. Again, suck in those bottom two ribs. Straighten out your triangle. That top glute pulls back, the bottom forward. It's really active here. Both hands come down, but instead of coming into our low lunge, although this is a nice stretch right here, we're going to come up high on those back toes and find an extended pyramid. Push into the ball of this front foot so we don't overextend that knee. Come up really high on those back toes, engaging that back leg, and try to level those hips off. Fingertips pulling the heart forward. You can even reach back. If you don't feel any vertebrae, that's awesome. That's where we want to be. Bend into that front knee. You're going to find that you have a really extended lunge here. So fix your lunge. Fingertips pull the heart forward. Plant the palms. Front foot goes back, three-legged dog. Toes pointed towards the ground. Remember that internal rotation. Right foot meets left, full dog. Left leg raises. Pulling it through for low lunge on the left, or for lunge. Fingertips pull the heart forward, belly off the thigh, shoulders back. Back heel rotate, arms windmill up, warrior two. Thigh parallel to the ground, shoulder blades down. Push through the outside edge of that back foot, finding the inner arch. So you can tell here when you do that what your glute does, these muscles, okay? So when I do that and I start pulling that right foot, so to find that inner arch, I kind of have to pull it up, okay? You just notice all those little things that are going on. Flip the front palm, take it up and back to reverse your warrior. Exhale through your warrior two, extended side angle, left elbow to thigh. Right arm comes perpendicular to body, flip the palm, shoulder comes back, arm continues its journey up by your ear. Out of that elbow. Top arm pulls you up, warrior two. Straightening the front leg for triangle pose, extending your fingers as far forward as you can. Then they come outside of the shin. The right hand stacks on top of the left. Gaze up towards those right fingers. Top glute pulls back. Bottom glute pushes forward. Inhale. Exhale to twist. Both hands come down. Coming up high on the back toes, extended pyramid. Both legs nice and straight. Push into the ball of that front foot. Bend into that front knee. Find that low lunge. Weight in those legs. You can even take your fingers up off the ground. Back straight. The hands plant. Front foot goes back. Three-legged dog. Foot meets right. Inhale, forward plank pose. Come up high on the tippy toes, shoulders slightly past the wrists, lower halfway, chaturanga. Drop the pelvis, uncurl the toes, fingertips claw the heart forward, cobra. Shoulders back, hug those elbows in. Exhale down, plant the palms, curl the toes. Knees up, belly first, push it through to high plank. Hips go up and back, down dog. Right leg raises. Bring it through for low lunge on the right. Fingertips pull the heart forward. Back heel rotates down. Arms windmill up, warrior two. Finding those inner arches. Bending into that front knee. Flip the front palm, take it up and back. Exhale through your warrior two, extended side angle, right elbow to thigh, left arm comes in front, flip the palm, pull the shoulder back, continue the journey. Take the weight out of that elbow. Top arm pulls you up, warrior two. Straight, moving into triangle pose, taking those fingers as far forward as you can. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Then bring it outside of the shin. Left hand goes up. Shoulder blades back. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Pull in those lower two ribs. Both hands come down. Extended pyramid coming up high on those back toes, finding the stretch along the back of that leg. Fingertips pull the heart forward. Bend into that front knee. Straighten out your lunge. Inhale the arms forward and all the way up. Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. Right hip pulls back. Find that balance. Then right hip pulls back, left hip pulls forward. Pull in that core. and back. Exhale, hands to heart center, left elbow over right knee, twisted lunge. Pushing elbow into knee, and knee into elbow. Again, right hip still pulls back, left hip pulls forward, gaze goes over that right elbow. Open up the arms. Top arm pulls you up, warrior, or not warrior two, crescent lunge, half. Right hand meets left, full crescent lunge. Both hands come down, low lunge. Push into the palms, right foot goes back, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, yawn the hip, trying to stack right hip on top of left as that right foot goes towards the left side of your body. You can think about it for a minute, it's fine. Finding a nice side body stretch here, pulling that right shoulder back down so you're still square to the front of your mat. Right foot meets left, full dog. Left leg raises for three-legged dog, pulling it through for low lunge on the left. Back heel, arms windmill up, warrior two. Finding those inner arches, shoulders back and down. Bend into that front knee. Flip the front palm, take it up and back to reverse or warrior. Exhale through your warrior two, extended side angle. The right arm comes in front, flips the palm, pull the shoulder back, continue the journey. Take the weight out of that elbow. Bend back into that front knee. Top arm pulls you up, warrior two. Triangle pose, straightening the front leg, hinging forward at the waist, taking those fingers out, 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 and then down. Right hand stacks on top of left, pulling in those bottom two ribs. Gaze towards those right fingers. Both hands come down, coming up high on the back toes, extend a pyramid. Pushing into the ball of that front foot. Leveling off. Pulling the heart forward. Bending into that front knee, setting up that lunge. Inhale the arms forward. And all the way up, Anjaneyasana. Hands come to heart center, right elbow over left knee. Coming up high on those back toes, straightening that back leg. Opening up the arms. Top arm pulls you up, warrior, or crescent half. Left hand meets right, full crescent lunge. Hands come down, framing that front foot, plant the palms, front foot goes back, three-legged dog. Toes point down, bend the knee, yawn the hip open, stacking left hip on top of right as that left foot goes towards the right side of the body, finding that side body stretch. Left foot comes down, full dog, walk that dog here. Inhale, forward plank. Lower halfway, chaturanga. Drop the pelvis, uncurl the toes. Fingertips claw the heart forward. Cobra. Exhale down. Curl the toes, plant the palms. Knees up, belly first. Push it through to high plank. Hips go up and back, down dog. Walk your feet to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Fingertips claw the heart forward, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms overhead, look up, reach up, stretch up. Hands come together and down to heart center, setting up for tree on the right. Pick up the left toes, set them back down. Finding all four corners of the foot, press the palms together here. Trying to get the forearms parallel to the ground. Then the right foot comes to that calf, pushing foot into calf, calf into foot, engaging that glute. Knee open towards the side a little more. The knee comes forward and up, pulling the toes towards the knee. The left hand goes outside of the knee, the right hand goes back. Find that balance, nice and slow. Pull the left hand into that knee and knee into hand. And back to center. Without taking the foot to the ground, I want you to push the heel back, finding a capital T with your body. So push through that heel, toes pull back towards your nose. And the torso is forward. Using that hamstring to pull that heel up. Both hands come down nice and slow, standing splits. Check in that those toes did that internal rotation towards the ground. And then right foot meets left. Forward fold. Big breath in. Big breath out. Fingertips pull the heart forward, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms overhead. Look up, reach up, stretch up. Hands come together and down to heart center. Again, pushing the hands together. Picking up the right toes, setting them back down. Left foot comes to the calf. Pushing foot into calf and calf into foot. Shoulders back and down. Pushing the hands together. Core. The left knee comes forward and up, pulling the toes towards your nose. The right hand goes outside of the knee. The left hand goes back. The hands come to heart center. Find that balance. Push the heel back without taking the foot to the ground. Finding that warrior three. Toes point towards the ground. Leg is straight, pushing out through that heel. So you really have to pull those toes back towards your nose. Lift that heel even more. The hands come down, standing splits. Check in with that back foot. Should be pointed towards the toes should be pointed towards the ground. And left foot meets right. Forward fold. Fingertips claw the heart forward, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Grabbing opposite elbows, taking a rack. Maybe swaying from left to right if that feels good. Fingertips come to the ground. Inhale halfway, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Take your booty down to the mat. And we're just going to do some simple stretches here. I'm taking the legs out in front of me, pulling the toes back towards my nose. Nice posture here with my shoulders back. Need to get the flesh out from underneath our sit bones. So I'm going to take the left hand, I'm going to run it under that left leg, and literally pick the flesh up from underneath and pull it out on both sides. And then I'm inhaling the arms overhead. My shoulders are out of my ears, and I'm going to exhale, hinging at the waist, bringing my hands to my calves, my ankles, my feet. Going as far as you can. Inhale. Exhale a little more. Inhale, come up. Exhale, find more stretch as you pull down. Exhale to stretch. You're going to hear me repeat that. And even if you don't hear me repeat, relax on the inhale. Exhale and stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. So you notice if you were able to see me at all, you could see that I was slowly getting further and further down towards my knees. So take the right foot out, the left foot comes in towards the groin, and if you moved anything, get the flesh out from underneath the sit bones, toes, that internal rotation so they point up towards the ceiling. Shoulders are back. Inhale the arms overhead, shoulders out of the ears. Exhale, hinge forward. Again, finding the calf, the ankle, or the foot. Trying to keep that posture. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going. Taking the right forearm inside of the right leg. And if you have your toes, simply just rotate up. If you don't have your toes, just take those left hand out, pushing right arm into your leg and leg in, and eventually try to get those hands down. But the main thing here is that stretch and twist open. If you can't maintain the twist, then don't go for the toes. and left hand pulls you up. Pulling both feet in for Baddha Konasana. So we want the pads of our feet together, better known as butterfly if you were into athletics. Holding onto those toes, pushing the feet together to go out wide. Again, good posture. Shoulders are back, blades are down. Pulling that chest forward. Keep the right foot there. The left foot goes out again. Get the flesh from underneath those. Sit up tall, toes pointed towards you. We don't want the toes out. We want the internal rotation of this thigh so they go up towards the ceiling. Inhale the arms overhead. Shoulders out of your ears. Exhale, fold over. Inhale. Exhale to stretch. Keep going. Left arm goes in, the right arm comes up, twist looking up underneath that arm again. If you can find the toes, awesome. If not, don't worry about it. Top arm pulls you up. Taking both feet out this time for a wide leg stretch. Definitely have to move and get the flesh from underneath those sit bones. Toes, again, point up towards the ceiling and slowly walk forward. You can even reach out and grab those big toes if you have the ability. Or just keep your hands here, maybe go to the forearms, whatever works for you. So we inhale, exhale forward, inhale to relax, exhale, stretch. Back straight. And slowly come up. Let's see, we got time. I'm going to grab a block real quick. So you just need something that will serve. So it could be X. It could be Tupperware. Not a big deal. You just need to be able to keep your feet apart. Our butts against the wall. Or a couch, whatever. We're going to start off on the skinny side of whatever it is. And maybe you don't have the ability if it's Tupperware and it doesn't have a lid on it. And so you just go to the medium width. So we bring our feet in as close in. And we push those feet together, letting those knees go out. Slowly release. Bring those heels out just slightly so that you can get them far enough apart for the medium size of that block to go in. And then again, pull them in as much as you can, pushing those feet together. Okay, release. One more side here. We're going to take the long side, pull the heels in, push them together. And slowly release. Put the block to the side. Back onto your mat. Pull the knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug here. Maybe rock left to right. Hanging on. Actually, you know what? Take both feet to the ground. We're going to go into a bridge here. You should just be able to feel your heels with your fingertips, which I can't, so I'm going to pull them up a little bit more, just so I can touch them. Then robot arms, shoulder blades underneath us. So one, and then the other. And keeping your glutes relaxed. Slowly inhale the hips up, pushing into those feet, and back down. Taking the shoulder blades under you even more. This time pushing up as far as you can. Maybe even getting those hands underneath you. Pull those knees back towards center. And gently release, bringing the hips down. Keeping the robot arms. And we're going to do that bridge one more time. Or, if wheel is in your practice, you can go ahead and do your... So we take the hips up. This time, for me, to do wheel, my fingertips are going to come by my shoulders. My palms are going to go towards my head. And I'm going to, as I get to the top of my bridge, I'm going to push into those hands and go all the way up. Looking towards those hands, straightening the arms. Your legs don't need to be straight, but your arms do. And then slowly come back down. Pulling the knees into your chest. Rocking right and left. Hanging onto the right leg, allowing the left leg to go long. So, or a shirt, something to hold your foot with, go right ahead right now. I'm going to circle my right ankle and change directions. I'm going to take that right heel up towards the ceiling, flexing the toes back towards my nose, and notice how straight my leg is. That's how leg to be, okay? If it's like this, you can see that. Straighten it, okay? No bent, all straight. Pull the right toes back towards your nose, and either clasp your hands behind your thigh, or grab your calf. Do not touch your knee, please. Or even grabbing that big toe, pulling the shoulder back down onto the mat. Letting the leg go long to the right, taking that left arm out as a counterbalance. Pulling that left booty cheek back down onto the mat, engaging that left leg, pulling the left toes back towards your nose, like you're trying to get that thigh bone even closer to the ground. And then bending the knee, taking it across your body, stacking right hip on top of left, gaze out over those outstretched right. Inhale. Exhale to twist. Rolling onto the back, pulling the knees into your chest again. Giving yourself that hug. Hanging onto the left leg, allowing the right leg to go long, circling that left ankle. Changing directions. Extending that left heel towards the ceiling. So again, you can see we don't want it to be bent. We want it straight. Okay? Left toes pulled back towards your nose. Wherever you're going to grab. But if you grab with the peace fingers, make sure you pull that left shoulder back down to the mat. We don't want it up. We don't want to be up here. We want everything relaxed along the mat. Except for that right leg. We want it engaged, pulling that thigh bone down towards the mat. And pulling the right toes back towards your nose. Left leg go long. Right arm go out as a counterbalance. Bend the knee. Take it across your body. Stacking right hip or left hip on top of right. Inhale. Exhale to twist. Inhale. Exhale. Rolling onto the back, pulling the knees into your chest, giving yourself that hug. Letting that head rest easy on the mat, rocking from left to right if that feels good. Taking your hands between your knees, grabbing the outside edges of your feet. Happy baby. Let's squat on the ceiling. Pushing elbow into shin and shin into elbow. Again, rocking left and right if that feels good. But trying to get that tailbone back down on the ground. And when you're ready, letting one foot and then the other go long along the mat, taking up as much room as you need for your Shavasana, your corpse pose. Letting the mind grow blank. Knowing if thoughts come in, it's fine. Just let them go again. Sometimes it's hard to think about what nothing is, which you're thinking at that time. So you're kind of defeating the purpose. But it's why we have those visualizations. So the wall that absorbs our thoughts, a mist that they disappear into, a light that shines brighter than the thoughts. Finding whichever one works for you and letting that breath even out and grow shallow for the next 8 minutes. And if you need to leave before then, the light within me truly honors the light within you. Namaste.